in King of the Mountain. He plays
I gotta see it.
And Elvira plays a neighbor, and Dan Haggerty's in it, and Seymour Cassell. Holy shit! Did I cast this movie?
What year was that movie?
81.
Yeah, he was a full-on heroin junkie when he made that. Then he was probably just for the money.
And Sho Kosugi's son Kane. Holy shit! This is that I totally casted this movie. Yeah. I went back in time and cast it because this is all Sam people in this movie. I guess we lost everything.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
There we go.
Maybe. I don't see the chat anymore. Do people
no.
still do this?
Oh well.
At least we're not. It happens. That's what I tell Bill. He's left the broadcast. Now he's joined the broadcast. It's coming. Hey, there we go. Hey, everybody. We are back.
Hey, we are back.
Hopefully, Bill's back. Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, we can't see you. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Oh, you can't hear it? You can't see me now?
No.
We can hear you though.
Oh, great. Okay.
I'm glad everybody is joining us in this voyage through the unknown.
Can you see me now?
No.
You cannot see me.
No, you're like John Cena. We can't see you.
This is kooky.
Yeah.
This is really kooky.
I just noticed your Strode Realty sign behind you, Sam. That's
great.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That. Yeah. There's also Michael Myers' license plate from the car he stole in a Haddonfield hospital. Yeah. This is the Wallow Halloween. So, yeah. In case you missed it, guys, we were talking about King of the Mountain. We found out the cast of King of the Mountain is insane. Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols is a cop.
I'm there.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to know that he and Seymour Cassell ate together at craft services. That he's like, hey, you pass me. Seymour Cassell was like, you passed me a donut, and he was like, well, what have you done with your life? And then Steve Jones like told him all about the Sex Pistols. That's a dream. There you go.
How about now?
I can see you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you and see you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is the craziest show tonight.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we got cut off right when we started talking about these drive-in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this was a movie that was released in February of 1981, so you had to wait a couple of months for it to show up at the drive-in. So this was like, I think March, April, May, when they started playing it at drive-ins. And this is, of course, the Pittsburgh one, which was after Friday the 13th Part 2 was released. We've got amazing triples that we already talked about, but we should talk about again, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, so we found out King of the Mountain. It's got literally the most wild cast, right? It's got Dennis Hopper, Timothy Bottoms, Harry Hamlin, Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols, Seymour Cassell. It's insane. I want to see it now. It's about racing cars on Mulholland Drive, so pretty exciting. The Jerk, I think we all know The Jerk.
Mm-hmm.
But Jen said that she watches He Knows You're Alone at least once a year, which is exciting.
Yeah. I don't know why I like it. There's something about the whole filmed on Staten Island thing that I like. I don't know. It sort of makes it feel like a regional film.
Yeah.
You know, even though it kind of isn't, but and the music is so blatantly ripping off John Carpenter's Halloween that it's like, I like that they tried, you know.
It's got to be said.
They went for it and they achieved their goal.
I can't find anything about the movie Bonkers that played at Dependable. I'd like to know what it is, but maybe it was Honkers that played at the Dependable. That seems more for the Dependable. Let's see what else we got here. We got Caveman and Let It Be.
Yeah,
Beatles.
That's kind of groovy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I love that Howling, Silent Scream, Phantasm triple feature.
Yeah, it was at a couple screens that weekend.
Oh, Stir Crazy and Hollywood Nights.
Ooh, I like that.
So you got the jazz singer and the idol maker at the same time.
Oh my God, that's a Sam double feature right there. That is a dream double feature. Is his 9 to 5 in the Rose? Like I would. That's a tearjerker night. I like that. And
Where's
then
everybody going? That's like tonight's show.
Caveman, Silver Streak, and The Sleeper, not Sleeper. I like
The
that
Sleeper.
they put the before it. The Sleeper. Have you
I
seen
like his movie, The Bananas.
The Bananas? I like his movie, The Annie Hall.
The Annie Hall.
The Annie
The
Hall.
Manhattan.
The
The
Manhattan.
Love and Death. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of great movies.
Yeah. It's kind of like I like when people put the before things, and I like when actors get interviewed and call other actors colloquial names that we never refer to them, like, oh, Bobby De Niro, and they don't call him, and they refer to him as Bobby. If I was friends with them, I would always do that. It makes me excited. It's like I call Bill Billy Van Ryn, because that was
Cher was
Steve
hanging out
King.
with. She was hanging out with Winona Ryder and called her Noni.
oh my
Oh,
god,
Nani.
Yeah.
Nani. Co-ed Fever and Sensations at the Maple on Route 30. Now a shopping center, now knocked down. But at one point, you could have gone seen Co-ed Fever in North for Sales. Or no, that's Norwin. Sorry, that's it's between North for Sales and Irwin, so we just call it Norwin. Welcome to Pittsburgh. Also, in any other city, it would be called Versailles, but welcome to Pittsburgh. It's called
Sales.
It's for sales. Yeah, it's called the Maple because the floor, the whole parking lot's sticky. Yeah, the Led Zeppelin. The Popeye, the Three Stooges, and the Star Trek were playing at the Woodland. That feels like Bill would not be happy. Bill would only be happy about Popeye of that night because
Only for Paul Smith.
Only for Paul Smith. Yeah,
I could not get through that. I've tried several times. I can't.
I saw it as a kid, and I was so angry.
Yeah,
Me too.
Because it's like,
Me too.
like what he doesn't like spinach.
Yeah,
And I was like, what the fuck? I was so upset. Yeah, just and I'm sure like I'm sure there's some in the theater of like, this is an amazing director that made this movie, and I'm like, I'm 8, I don't care, I want Popeye to punch people, and this never happened. Also, the original Three Stooges, The Sleeper, Caveman's Not the Caveman, and the Everything You Ever Want to Know About Sex. That movie was about 10 years old by that point.
That's the one with the giant boobs that go around killing people, isn't it?
yeah.
So here's a crazy question for the Twin Highway. Rabid, right?
Mhm.
Awesome. Captain America. What Captain America? Was it the movie serial? Because it's only 20 minutes long. So were they showing one of the movie serials and then the Three Stooges?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be the Three Stooges first, then Captain America, then like 2 sets of shorts.
Yeah. But the only Captain America that would have been out at that time is the TV movie with Reb Brown. I just wanted to get Reb Brown's name into the show again.
Yes,
Please
I
do.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you can work that in. The Reb Brown.
The Reb Brown, the Star Trek, the Popeye, and the Three Stooges. Oh, the Warriors.
No, you'd have to just say Warriors. You'd have to not
okay.
say the.
Oh, that's how the game works? Okay.
I love that movie, Warriors.
Yeah. That movie, Warriors. And
That's a really good double feature.
yeah. That's a
You
movie.
think so?
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you know who was there at the Brewer, Bill?
Who? Oh, wait. Go ahead. Who?
The U of M grad, the Steve King.
He had his own recognition by this point. This was 1981,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world finally knew who he was. This is every ad for the Brewer is just art.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there is a Captain America movie serial to answer. I saw that came up in the chat. Came out in 1944 from Republic, and Dick Purcell played Captain America, and Lionel Atwill was in it too.
Oh.
So I don't think he was the Red Skull. They didn't have the money to do the makeup. But look at this ad.
Mm.
Oh God.
Yeah, this is the UK version, which is much more. The ad is more beautiful. I think. I love this ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, they probably cut even more out of the movie in the
I'm
UK.
sure they did. Yeah.
I like that they told you how long it is. The most terrifying 3 hours of your life. Like, sweet. Oh,
the only thing more terrifying than the first 2 hours of this program tonight is the last hour.
Yeah. If you think the first 2 segments had gremlins, wait till the third one comes in.
And here's a little bit later in the UK.
Yeah.
When part 2 came out, they were together again. How do you say? Is it Leicester Square?
Leicester
Leicester. Thank you.
Square.
Huh.
Do you go there often, Jen?
I was just there the other day.
What did you do in Leicester Square?
What did I do? I think I needed to pick something up at the Japan Center is down there. There's a Japanese supermarket. It's not that far from Leicester Square, so I just cut through. I cut through. Yeah, there's still a lot of movie theaters down there. The Prince Charles Theater's down there, the independent theater, and they're having trouble. Their landlord wants to tear it down and build a block of flats, but we will not let that happen. We cannot let that happen.
The Prince Charles was where you could see all the good shit in the UK.
Exactly. The Edgar Wright makes movies today because he saw movies at the Prince Charles Cinema. There's old movies, like they still show Good, the Bad, and the Ugly every now and then. I mean, it's just a great place, and it's got cultural capital. They can't tear it down. I mean,
How dare they?
Plus, living in that neighborhood would be loud. I mean, there's nightclubs there, there's pubs. It's crazy. It's like, no, you wouldn't want to live in that neighborhood.
Oh, Preston. I like that they just took the headlamp for this ad. It's great.
This one was a little unique. It looks like the planet. Valentine World.
Just warriors. Warriors.
Just warriors. So, oh my God, exactly. At the Preston, just warriors.
I'm not crazy about the Motel Hell. I gotta admit.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. There's better choices. At the Preston. Oh. What a weird double feature.
That is weird.
Also, I like that they made the mask look like a bong just for this ad. How much do you like that Midtown font, though, Bill? That is sweet.
Yeah, that is cool.
There were a bunch of theaters that had that type of font in this area. I forget where this is, but I'm going to have to go back and steal that font for the show.
Yeah. Oh, the classics.
I think they're right.
I think they're right, too. I just love hearing these disreputable movies described as a classic, and then they're like, hey, you know what? I know we got this one font, but what if we just cut and put in the logo for My Bloody Valentine?
Yeah.
Love it. I agree.
They were hoping.
The Playgirl Gang.
Playgirl Gang.
Wow.
Yeah. In Miami Beach.
This was like in I guess this was 81. So yeah, because MPM put out this movie Playgirl Gang, which was actually Switchblade Sisters.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. How could you imagine if you showed up thinking that this was the movie you were going to get, and then you're oh man, that would be awesome. I want that to happen.
That was what NPM was all about. I mean, all of those ads with like sexy models in it.
Yeah.
None of those women were in the films. And, the films were pretty risque. They had a lot of nudity, but the style of their bikinis and undies and everything, it's definitely late 70s, early 80s. So that's not the kind of film you were going to see.
Yeah. This looks like you're going to see Heather Thomas getting out of the hot tub. If you remember that old poster.
With a Wendy O. Williams makeover.
Yeah, exactly. She's punk rock, but not really.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Speaking of happy birthday to me.
I think Death Ship's on Tubi, by the way. We might want to show that soon.
So many movies, so little time.
I know, but I do love. We've talked about that shit before. The more I think about it, more I like it. I also like that Heavy Metal was playing here too. Could you imagine seeing Heavy Metal at the drive-in? I mean, that would be awesome. Oh, I love this whole ad is amazing. Where's that zombie face from, Bill? Where did they get that from?
Death Ship.
Death Ship. Oh, okay, cool. Oh,
That is the ad for one of the ads. Death Ship had a couple different ad designs. They tried it so many ways. They were kinky. Death Ship was kinky. They're like, we'll try it this way.
yeah.
We'll try it with the zombie face. Why don't we put a little skeleton hand in front of the Death Ship for one of the ads? Let's do it that way.
Do you like that the Exterminator was like, guys, I'm not a horror movie, and they're like, shh, it's fine. It's fine. You can be we can't get another movie to fit in, so it's fine.
Details, baby, details.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's the last one.
Oh, The Legend of Hell House. Oh,
yeah.
man. Wow.
Is that
That's a good
one of
one.
your favorite movies? Everyone says Legend of Hell House is so good.
I like it a lot.
I like it too. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I like it too, but I mean, I don't think I didn't think it was really scary.
It feels kind of
No.
classy in this
Yeah,
night.
it's classy.
Yeah, compared to Motel Hell and My Bloody Valentine. Yeah. Bill Ed says someone should make a shirt for that ad. Just
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone just might, and
Someone.
I
It
see
could
Bob.
happen.
I see Bob, so that must mean it's time to drink, right?
Yeah.
It's time to drink. Yeah.
Let's do the drink video.
We have to talk about Howard for a couple minutes.
Oh, we will.
Okay.
We're not done. We're gonna watch the drink video.
Okay.
Hey everybody, this is My Bloody Valentine drink. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, there's a little Cupid. Oh, more like a gremlin of love.
It is When You Sleep is the name of this drink. Very simple. 3 ounces cranberry juice, 1.5 ounces of tequila, ounce of Cointreau or triple sec. We're using triple sec. Half an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of simple syrup. Shake it up. Pour it in a cup. Very simple. Anyways, here we go. This will keep you warm on those Canadian nights when the mine is closed. Tell me, think he's quiet all day. He's like, tell him.
It's not even looking at us.
He's like, something's going on outside. I think nobody should go to the dance. There you go. Pretty, huh?
Punch, like.
Yep. All right. All right. Here's My Bloody Valentine. Here's everybody watching. Enjoy. Pazuzu. Oh, that is nice. It's nice. I'm ready to dance. Oh no, it's a minor. I better just dance away. Enjoy.
Pazuzu.
It's Cubby's birthday too, by the way.
Aw, happy birthday, Cubby.
Happy birthday, Cubby.
He is an indeterminate age that we don't want to know how old he is. So
Do you know how old he is?
he might be a teenager this year.
Okay.
But we would like him to remain a baby. Even though his people may know of the Cubby lore, he has a son. His son's name is Houdini. Yeah, he is a little lighter brown. We did meet him because when we came to the house to meet him, we met Cubby's wife and his son. And then we always joke that Cubby was like, they're like, how many of them do you want to take? And we're like, well, I think we can just handle one. And then today we probably would have taken all three, but Cubby was like, I know I have all this responsibility of being married and having a kid. Please take me away from this and make me an eternal baby. So his wife's name,
Like a wife?
yeah, her name was Pooh Bear. Yes.
Does he have to pay puppy support?
He doesn't pay any support. No, he's out and about. He just had a steak upstairs, by the way. He got a certified Angus steak for his birthday.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He's still a deadbeat.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know what though? We think the people that had him kept his wife because they loved her. She was even smaller than him. But yeah, it was very rough to be in a house with that many chihuahuas and try to figure out who we're going to take. But Cubby, for as angry as he is now that we know about him, my wife just sat there and kept feeding him popcorn chicken, and he just sat with her, and so they were destined to be together. We drove up in a snowstorm. We barely got to this house. It was in Evans City where Night of the Living Dead set. That's where Cubby's from. Yeah. So we went to this farmhouse in the middle of nowhere and met Cubby. And now
I see Dan Minsky in the chat.
Really? Oh my God.
Yeah, there he
Look
is.
at that. The Minsk.
These are some crazy graphics, Minsky.
You know what?
Right.
Dan Minsky found my new work address and sent me an email this week that said I can find you anywhere. And I was going to turn it into my IT and have them track down. I was like, no, they won't understand the strange relationship that Dan and I have. So, hello, Dan. Thank you for watching the show. So tell us your thoughts on Harry Warden, Jen.
On Howard, the goofy guy who
Yes.
doesn't have who can't get a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was thinking about him in the context of the slasher movies of this era, because they always have a goofy guy. Like there's Ned in the first Friday the 13th, and there's Ted in Friday the 13th Part 2. There's
what's his name in 3, the one that danced?
Shelley,
yeah.
And then there's Teddy in the 4th one.
Yeah. And
it's always the same story. But if you look at a lot of these movies came out the same year. So who was first? Was Ned first? Because that character isn't in Halloween.
Yeah.
And he's not in Black Christmas. So is it just an organic thing that happened? You know, like it's a trope that just kind of naturally happened. Like it's a weird one because he's like, what did I write down here? He's Howard is in the Ned mold. He's awkward. he's the class clown. He's at times inappropriate, and he has no game, so he never has a girlfriend. If he survived, he would become a stand-up comedian and get loads of ass from drunk housewives on a night out at the Chuckle Hut in downtown Vegas in the 80s.
I think you're right.
That is the motivation of all slashers. It's to survive and to have sex. These are the two.
Yeah.
And these aren't mutually exclusive because if you have sex, there's a good chance you're going to get killed. So
I mean, Ned may not have been the first, but he was certainly the first that many people saw because Friday the 13th, I mean, come on, that was legendary at the time.
I have to say, I think Ned's the first, but somebody in the chat said Funeral Home. There's a goofy guy in Funeral Home.
Yeah.
In Terror Train, you've got
a couple
of Doc and
David Copperfield.
I mean, well, there's
he's
Doc
not funny.
Pranks on everybody, but
he's a goofball.
Kind of like,
No, the goofy guy gets killed early.
I know. I'm joking.
He gets killed early in that. Yeah, the goofy guy.
Unfortunately, he didn't get very many scenes.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember if Prom Night had a goofy guy. It must have, right? Oh, the guy with the van. Was he the goofy guy? I can't remember.
The cute guy with the van. The cute chubby guy with the van.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember this night for the rest of my life. I forget his Slick. That's what they called him.
Yeah. But I do think Ned was kind of there. And there was this whole essay I found when I was looking into this that somebody wrote an academic essay about the levels of representation of masculinity in slasher films of the 1980s. And I was just like,
wow.
What? Okay, we got this funding. Okay. I'm like, okay.
It was absolutely bonkers, the stuff that we had, and we just took it for granted. All of this stuff was unfolding right before our eyes.
Yeah. Do you think it was like a second wave slasher thing where like, well, obviously these are the goofballs that go see these movies, so they need to see themselves somewhat in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think by the 90s there was more of that self-awareness that came with Scream, and it was sort of like, well,
Yeah. I think it's interesting because like there is almost no self-awareness in these where they're like, oh, there's never been a slasher before. This has never happened before. And like everybody has to kind of get used to it. I wrote a long thing about it once where it's like, I'm always fascinated by the reasons behind the slasher, where they're like, this one is obviously a previous event. But a lot like this and the Prowler have a lot in common.
They do.
Besides the fact that the killer looks similar, it's like something that happened in the past and
pieces. It's so many movies. This was a very familiar trope.
Yeah,
and there was a nasty review in the Pittsburgh Press. I had a clip of it, but I didn't show it. Ed Blank, our resident film snark, he said he had something nasty to say about My Bloody Valentine. He was like, and of course it ends the explanation is the most obvious thing. A childhood trauma results in a killer. Oh, shut up, Ed Blank.
Yeah. Versus, like, I always expected this movie to be one of those ones based on a holiday. Do you know what I mean? Where the killing happens because of the name. No, it's about a past event that just happened to be on the holiday.
Right.
And then there's also a whole other trope of killers based around their weapon or based around their past, like, or their looks. Like The Burning is based around their looks versus Texas Chainsaw and those kind of movies. Cropsy.
I felt for Cropsy. I was on Cropsy's side.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like, I used to date Cropsy. He used to come watch me spin, and then when
used to.
Yeah, used to.
What about Madman Mars? Did you feel sorry? I felt a little bit sorry for him. A little.
Yeah. They wrote a song about him. I mean, that's the worst. Like,
he had his own song too, kind of like
did. Yeah. I got to do a list on Letterboxd, like horror movies with a folk song
at the end.
At the end.
That's why I like Mutilator, because that Fall Break song so nice at the end that comes in.
Yeah.
That's what it was called when it first played theaters. I have ads for it playing theaters as Fall Break.
Yeah. There's a sequel to it that is finished. I saw it at a film fest. I don't know when it's coming out. Like, it's like, and it doesn't have an ending. Like, it's crazy that they put all this together and they didn't finish the movie. Like, I don't know. I want people to see it, but it's like, you know, it's funny because, like, now
it doesn't have an ending.
No, yeah, exactly. I love it. I love when people are like, "Oh, it's such an important movie." Is it really? I mean, it's fine. I know, Jen, you liked it, so I
liked it. I did.
But it's like,
I liked it too. It just didn't have an ending.
Yeah.
I was like, well, wait a minute, is that it?
Yeah, it just kind of ends.
Yeah.
What holiday has the fewest horror films? I think Easter. I know there's a couple Easter ones now. There's a couple Killer Bunny movies. New Year's surprisingly doesn't have that many. I know it has New Year's Evil, but there aren't really that many others.
Arbor Day,
yeah.
Holy Wednesday.
4th of July has Uncle Sam.
But there's only one. Right?
That has no ending because it steals the Fulci ending from City of the Living Dead. The screen cracks at the end of it.
Yeah.
And it says For Lucio, and I was like, oh, well, okay, that made me
President's
like it.
Day, does that have one?
No. I don't know.
No. I mean, it just feels like a unending horror movie right now about President's Day. Let me think. What else is there? Holy Thursday. That'll be the next one.
I think it was Holy Wednesday.
Or Holy Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. AKA
Ash Wednesday. Yeah.
Ash Wednesday would be a good one where the killer keeps putting ashes on people's heads after he kills them.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Did we say Graduation Day?
No, we didn't say Graduation Day.
There's
There's
only one. Yeah.
What if there was a slasher? I'm giving ideas away. A Super Bowl slasher movie, and not like Black Sunday, but like the killer was loose inside the Super Bowl. That would be pretty rad.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff says our zombie movies Easter by association.
Yes, maybe.
There's that movie Holidays really has a scene like that where there's like a Jesus Easter bunny chasing people in it. It felt like, though, for a while, like every holiday was getting, they were starting to run out of these, and like,
that was the formula.
Yeah,
that was the Halloween made so much money, and then Friday the 13th.
You mean the babysitter murders? Is that the movie? Yeah, you're.
But it was just sort of like, every studio wanted to bite off a piece of that action. So they were maybe we could, it was just another way to sell a movie.
Yeah.
And this movie, we mentioned this early about the MPAA cuts. It's worth revisiting this because there's some graphic gore in this.
Yes.
The uncut version is on the Internet Archive. I've linked to it on Groovy Doom. We got maybe like another 5-10 minutes of chat, and then we're going to go watch the movie. So get that ready. Watch that version, because I'm telling you, the gags in this movie are just astonishing.
It's great. Yeah, it is great. Yeah. Poor Mabel.
She's an atypical slasher victim too, because she's not a nubile young. The character is portrayed as sort of like an old maid or something. The actor, of course, she's not that old. You can tell.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of like, that's not the kind of person you expect to see murdered in a movie like this. Everyone is fair game here.
Yeah, I agree.
I saw somebody mentioning this ghost. That's from Halloween. The ghost. That's why he has glasses.
Bob.
It's
Oh,
Bob.
it's
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah. There's
Oh.
there's like a whole set
Bob.
of those that goes over there in the strobe realty. This is a whole Halloween section, the wall, and then the other wall
Did you get my
further back
beer?
is Friday the 13th. So
I'm gonna call
Mm.
Annie. I'm gonna call Lori. I want to know where Paul and Annie are. This is going nowhere.
it's going nowhere. I saw somebody mention, do we need Thanksgiving? I thought the Thanksgiving slasher was pretty good.
Oh, I already have one.
Does Blood Freak count?
Oh, Blood
No,
Freak.
don't forget Blood Freak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I love to mention that movie whenever I can.
Yeah.
I love when you go off on Blood Freak.
Yeah. Blood Freak's good. I like it. There's an there's a Pittsburgh remake of it, right? Shot on camcorder Pittsburgh remake.
I heard about it. Yeah, I need to watch it though.
Yeah, I need to get it so that we can watch it.
Yeah.
And getting back to the gore, though, this was a big disappointment, at least for me, because Fangoria did a big write-up about this movie.
They
It had
did.
a lot of
I
the
remember.
gore shots in the actual article, and there's spoiler alert for an ancient film. He turns one of the victims into a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like impales her through the back of the head with his shower, and in the magazine you could see the water coming right out of her mouth, and I was like, okay, how did they do that?
Yeah.
And and then when you actually saw it in the edited version of the film, it just didn't look like anything, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, the extended
Scene.
version of this is really a lot better. It's better with the gore.
Yeah,
for sure.
it is a spooky movie. It doesn't really need the gore, but since the gore is there and they took it away, that just feels wrong.
Yeah.
I always thought too, wouldn't it be not only really cold down in the mine, but it's just not a place to have sex. It's stinky. There's dirt and dust everywhere. It's like, oh, why would you go to party in a mine? Like
There could be a cave-in if you get too loud.
Yeah, there's methane pockets everywhere. Like it's just ew.
I think it's like, whenever you work in an office and they're like, oh, we're going to have the party in the office. I hate that feeling, those parties, because it's just like we spend our lives here anyway, and we're going to have to go back into this. Like, I don't want that.
No.
So
we have pubs here, so we just go to the pub after work. It's
yeah.
It's a good part of the British culture because you can still party with your coworkers, but it's in a different location. So.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I'm posting the link in the chat right now if anyone doesn't have it.
Yeah, I posted it on Groovy Doom, Eldon. So
yeah. I just
you can just go back. It's one of the, I know there are several posts for tonight's first segment. I'm really sorry to Jen, everybody, about all the problems we've been having with the broadcast lately.
Oh no,
it's okay.
These things happen.
Yeah.
What is that, Bill? What is the hanky code for minor kink? Jenny asked.
Well, it's a white hanky, but you have to dirty it up with coal dust.
Yeah.
Oh my
and then
God.
you just kind of stick it in. You don't put it in your back pocket. You stick it in the front. It has an entirely different meaning.
There's a whole featurette about that on the new cruising 4K, Bill, that just came out from what do you call it? Arrow. So I've learned a lot.
Yeah, there's a meme around it. Just Google it. You'll find it on Google.
Yeah.
Do people still do that in the States? Because you do still see it here.
It's just a kitsch kind of thing now.
Yeah.
If you do it. I mean, like it's an era that has come and gone. Now everybody knows everybody's business. You can just read it, and no one goes to the bar. It's right there in your profile what you want, down to the last detail.
That's a good point.
People wonder why they can't get laid.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
do see it though. I saw a couple of
specific.
guys get on the train not too long ago, and I was like, oh.
They still do what do you call it? Doc Martin laces. That was the other big one. I know it's for different reasons, but you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bad signifier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
People here, it's weird because there's usually alcohol involved, but people will just come right up to you and just like ask you to sign a slave contract. Like, seriously? Like, I've seen this. And you're like, what the? Like,
Wow.
yeah. You go, how many drinks has that dude had? Like, okay. Like,
Uh,
yeah, I'll send it. I'll email it to you. Give me your email. You can look it over.
You get your NDA as part of it too. You get all of it in one thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It is. It's like, I don't know.
I said that I was on Phil's show this week, and I mentioned on it that like one of the things that blows my mind is like if you're somebody that has I can't say what do you do with like if you know you get in a relationship with someone and you think you want to get married to them, and then you're like, oh, by the way, I like to wear this fursuit. Like it seems like a long something that is like, man, that's crazy. I'm not saying it's crazy. I mean, good for whoever. Like if you find the right person, but
it might be better to get it out there early because if you have something that's like, remember that scene in Ed Wood where they're in the fun house and he's like, I like to wear women's clothes, and she's like, oh, okay. If you hadn't said that to her, if she didn't like it and waited like a year to tell her, that could have gone badly.
Yeah, I'd be kind of pissed if you waited that long, like to tell me that you like to dress up like Sasquatch or whatever, like whatever's going on. Just let me know within the first 3 dates, like what's going on.
We have the biggest convention in the world here in Pittsburgh for that, Jen.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Anthropomorphicon is over the 4th of July every year in Pittsburgh.
Oh my God.
I have to tell you, I don't see as many furries as I used to. Maybe like before the pandemic. There were a lot of them, but unfortunately it seems to have tapered off, or maybe I'm just not there at the right times.
There used to be the whole thing where there was like the karaoke night, the furry karaoke night was part of it, and they would all sing you could only sing songs about animals, like Hungry Like the Wolf. This seems very limiting, and ridiculous, but yeah.
This would be a good slasher movie. A furry
convention, and there's one inside it. Yeah, isn't that Terror Train a lot?
Kind of like Terror Train, but everybody's in a mascot costume or dressed up like a chipmunk or whatever. Yeah.
And then the killer dons the furry costume of each victim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's going to be a gorilla at some point, right?
Exactly.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And a T-Rex. I don't know. I'm just getting a whole idea here. I'm just like, yep.
Yeah. It's expensive, an expensive kink. Like those costumes are not cheap.
No.
So
no, they really, I was surprised.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people too that like create their own special, like you have to, wouldn't that be the worst if you showed up and like, oh, you're wearing the same costume as me? Like I've created this character. I don't know. There's a lot to it. Maybe this will all be in that movie. There's a lot of movies to get to before that one. Like we got to get through Stink Bug and we got to get through a couple other ones and then we get to that one.
Furminator.
Oh my God. Yeah.
There is there's a brush for cats with long hair called the Furminator. So you might have to, there might be copyright issues, but
I was thinking Mascot Massacre.
Oh, that's good too. That's good too.
Oh, man, I like that. How's this? Well, I did watch Murderitaville, which is about a killer who is a parrot and hunts down parrot heads. It's on Tubi. It's not good. It's 62 minutes long with 15 minutes of credits. So
yes,
get ready. Also, when you get bit by the Murderitaville parrot, it turns you into one, but you have to be drunk. And if you stay drunk, you don't turn into a parrot head.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the only idea. Everything else sucks in it. Like I really wanted it to be better, but I don't know enough about Jimmy Buffett, nor do I ever want to know, to be like, oh, this movie really didn't get Jimmy right. Like I don't want to be there.
I don't know enough about it either.
No.
Just know the one song.
I accidentally drank a Grateful Dead yerba mate this week, and I was like, oh, this drink tastes so good, but do I want to be part of this world?
You question all your life decisions.
I know. I'm like,
at
it
that moment.
tastes so good. It was like mint and like, and it was from Austin too. It's like an Austin brand, like weird
Yeah,
yerba.
yeah.
And I was like, this is really good. And I'm like, oh, but I don't want to be part of the Grateful. What's next? Do you know what I mean? My last music related thing before the third segment. I don't know if you saw this or not, Bill, but there's an Emerson, Lake and Palmer tour. And you might say 2 of them are dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The drummer is the only one still left. He's coming, and there's going to be 2 video screens, each one with the other 2 members. They're playing at the Lamp in Greensburg. I should tell you how big this show is because the Lamp holds about 75 people. But I kind of want to go just to see what this could be, right?
Jenn Upton.
I think I'm gonna get tickets to see Sparks. They're touring this year.
Oh my God.
I'm like, as soon as I saw the ad, I was like, oh.
The murder show I was just watching before I came down was set in Sparks, New York, the true crime show, and I was screaming, "This town ain't big enough for the both of us." And my wife's like, "What is that song?" And I was like, "It's a Sparks song."
It's a Sparks song. Yeah. Thank you, Bill, again for having me again. I won't be here for the second segment because I have to work tomorrow. So,
well, in case you don't know this, Jenn is beaming in from London, so it's like what, 3 in the morning there now?
It's 2:34 a.m. Yes.
Almost.
So, oh wow.
Yeah, and this will be my last time from this location because we're moving at the end of March. So we bought a little 1-bedroom apartment and we're fixing it up now. So 6 weeks from now we'll be in the new place. So
right on. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I know that was quite the process. So
it was horrible. It's not like buying in North America at all. It was horrible and painful, and I have spackle under my fingernails and paint on my elbows, and it's going to take a while to get it all fixed up, but it'll be good. Good.
Awesome.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And thanks to everybody for joining us for the first segment. We hope you'll come back for the second one. I hope we don't have as many hitches in the second segment, but you never know. Once again, the link to tonight's first feature, My Bloody Valentine, is on the Groovy Doom Facebook page. It's one of the last posts that you'll see on there. It's on Internet Archive. I know there's a whole bunch of different versions, so go get the link. It's going to be faster. Trust me.
Yeah.
And watch the gory version. Come back afterwards. We'll have a lot more to talk about. And
thanks, guys.